In a small village far up north, there was a lonely little tavern. You had been traveling for days and were desperately in need of a place to rest. My goodness, you must be freezing out there. Well, come in. I'll get you something hot to drink. You know, you were lucky you made it all the way here. There's a snowstorm approaching and I don't think it would be fun to be caught out in it. You're not from around here, are you? Well, no, I can tell. If you'd like, I could tell you a little bit about our village. There's not much else to do here when it's dark and cold out. It all began many years ago, when I began building it. Hello, I'm Lachlan and welcome back to my channel. For Christmas 2022, I made a video where I had made 500 pieces of gingerbread for a photo shoot. I had not mentally recovered from that last year, but this time around I felt like doing some more baking. I figured out I wanted to do a gingerbread house pretty quickly, but I also wanted to do a fun twist on it. Unsurprisingly, I'm a huge fantasy nerd, so I wanted to make a tavern inspired by Skyrim, World of Warcraft, and Dungeons & Dragons. Before getting started, I wanted to do a sketch to know sort of what I did want to make. I wanted to create both an inside and an outside, so I made a rough estimate of what I wanted the inside to look like and what I wanted the outside to look like. Then I didn't really look at that sketch again. I am ready to make some gingerbread. So let's start with the most important stuff, the actual dough. I do have 2 of these, and I also cut out a bunch of templates for the house. This is only for what I'm planning to do today, so like for the outside of the house. I am planning to do the whole inside as well. Not gonna do today. So I have these for the roof. I have these for snow. I got these because they were cheap and I can probably use them for something. And then I saw a really cool house where they used salted sticks for like the structural walls on the outside. I got 3 of these to make into little trees. Then I got chocolate and I got sour ribbon things to make bricks. And a huge bag of candy. Hi, we have a lot to do, so let's get started. I drew up templates for the different parts of the tavern, 3 sides, one longer than the other, and then an open part for the back. 1 full roof and another roof piece that you could see through, as well as a small compartment to fasten on the roof. So I made 1 wall and I had to run to the store and get more dough because this took half a packet-ish. So now I have 4 packets. Here's the first batch. We have a wall. Now I have the second batch in the oven and I don't have that much space. One thing I was adamant about was having windows. I didn't want them to be transparent, but I wanted them to be thin enough that you could have a light source shine through them. I saw a few tutorials online about creating windows by melting hard candy, so I bought some lollipops in different colors. These were almost impossible to break though, so I settled on candy canes. I want to preface this that I'm not sure I even expect this to go well. If it doesn't, the windows are just gonna, look strange. It's late and I'm done with all of the structural parts. Like here are one of the side pieces, and this is for the little house upon the house. And that's almost everything there. Somehow I managed not to break any of these giant parts. I'm going to make more tomorrow. Smaller things for the inside, but I'm going to decorate and put the big parts together first. If you made it this far, I would love it if you subscribed. I create, well, videos. I'm not really sure what they're about, but they're fun. So please consider subscribing and turning on those notifications so you'll know the next time I'm doing something strange. With a few of the outermost parts done, I decided to take a break from the baking and do some of the decorating. I made some bricks out of the sour candy by cutting them up haphazardly. I decided to start with the sides of the roof compartment, which turned out square instead of the way it looked on my initial design. I carefully dipped the bricks in melted chocolate and then placed them out on the gingerbread pieces. I've learned from past mistakes that you want to do as much of the decorating as possible before assembling the house. I didn't want it to be too even, as this is a fantasy setting and a little whimsical is always more fun. Good morning. So, it is the beginning of day 2, and these bad boys are gonna go back into the oven a bit to get fully cooked. Hopefully this one's gonna make it. I don't want to turn it around, I don't want to ruin the windows. Here are the things I did yesterday. They are perfectly well glued together with the chocolate. It's working well. These are the bad boys that are cooked through, which is very nice. I did I did kind of break one thing right now. This one, because I was trying to, it's kind of sticking together. Anyway, I'm gonna glue that together with sugar, so that's fine. I'm really liking how these are coming along so far. I'm gonna continue decorating. I think I'm gonna start with this one. I wanted a more intricate design on the main part of the tavern, so I chopped up all different kinds of candy. It was really fun buying candy for a specific purpose. I had never focused on just the looks of it before. I wanted long pieces that were easily chopped up into fun designs, and I was pretty happy with my choices and the outcome of it. With all the big pieces finished, it was time to assemble them. I knew these were pretty heavy and the frosting was not going to keep them together, so melted sugar it was. Please excuse the mess, but it is standing. Sugar is hard as all hell, but this is standing. It is not pretty on the inside, but we will fix that. I am amazed. This is really cool. Yeah, very happy so far. Sugar is not easy, but this is stuck at least, so this needs to go together and then it needs to go on the roof. But I'm going to fix some stuff inside of the house before I do that. We've had a little bit of tragedy here in Gingerbread Land. As you can see, we have put in some support. This is because the house is starting to sag a little bit, which I did not take into consideration, but should have. I probably should have cooked the gingerbread a little bit longer and made it a bit thicker, but it's too late to do anything about that. So we are not gonna do an inside of the house, unfortunately, but I am nothing if not adaptable. The outside looks very good. The chocolate did melt a little bit when I poured the sugar, but I think it's going to stand at least long enough for me to film it. We'll see if it stands until people are actually gonna eat it. It's about 5 seconds after I filmed the last part and I broke it. I was trying to get the roof to see how the roof was going to stay on, but this piece just kind of fell off, and I'm not sure what to do now, so that's kind of sad. There's no saving the in. I guess I could continue gluing it, but I don't think that's going to do anything. More so, it's just gonna be an even bigger disappointment when / probably if it does break and collapse before I finish doing everything, which would be worse. I'm still not sure if the issue was the weight of the decorations, if the gingerbread wasn't cooked completely through, if the pieces were too thin, or just a combination of all of them. But it became clear that it wasn't going to make it, much less be able to hold any more weight. You mean you didn't notice the wreckage outside? I suppose it was dark, but still, how odd. I mean, this tavern is the only structure still standing, and it isn't even the original tavern that was the first to fall. Out of the ashes, it came alive. You remember the little roof compartment? I was able to rebuild it into a much smaller structure, but a tavern nonetheless. The village was ravaged, but this stalwart little building didn't falter. I really didn't want all my hard work to go to waste, so I built a tasty diorama out of the wreckage. This part was really fun. I felt very relieved that I had been able to salvage some of my work, and the pressure on the decorating had kind of disappeared and I just had fun with it. I was able to use plenty of the decorations, and I even put some peppermint aroma in the green frosting, for whoever gets to eat the trees. Not me, I don't like peppermint, or peanuts, which is inside of them. And that's why the only remaining part of the village is this tavern. What I'm still doing here? Well, that is a good question. Like you, I'm not exactly from around here, but I do happen to own the land we're on. It is supposedly rich with precious metals, but I could just have never chased the locals away from their homes. Not for some rocks. Turns out I didn't have to. I think you are supposed to be on your way now. And don't tell anyone that we met here. It's for your own good. Goodbye.